Hey all, it's Hammer Canes here. Got a nice doe here I shot last week. She's been dry aging in the cooler now. I hung some construction paper in the barn. I had to wrap it around it, figured it'd soak up some of the blood, some of the moisture, and give it a nice, real tender dry age. So we're gonna tear it into this thing here. I'm gonna show you how to break it down. Show you all the fine cuts of meat we can get out of this thing. Got our big old ham here. You see all this nasty on the outside here? We don't want none of that. This is all the tallow, they call it. Some of that's just, it doesn't taste right. We're gonna cut all that off. Try to doctor up and get it all fancy like. But first, got to do the age-old trick that my old grandpops taught me. Got to get ourselves a nice little char around the outside. That way when it goes into the freezer, it's going to have like a good char smoky flavor that soaks into the meat. Over time, it's eventually just going to taste like smoked meat. So we're going to go over this real quick. Take your time, back and forth. As you can see, I'm just doing nice even strokes all the way around here. You want to be able to smell that char. We got a couple leaves in here. We're just going to go ahead and burn those. That's just adding to the flavor, really. And some of that construction paper on the outside there, we're just going to burn it right in. That's just adding to the flavor. Yeah, this is about a 200-pound doe. And also, don't forget, like the more you burn it now, the less cooking you'll have to do once you get it on the stove or in the oven. So really you're just saving time too. Saving time, adding to the flavor. It's really just a win-win. Alright, so we want to get all this tough, muscly gristle type hide off the outside. Because that's just going to cook down and get real tough and make it real hard to chew and stuff. So we're just going to start by taking all that nasty right off. Yeah, get your blade under there and just kind of work it around. Work that off and throw it into the scrap pile. I save a lot of this for the dogs. It's just nothing but pure protein for them. Yeah, this time of year I don't even buy dog food. I just give them all the scraps from deer hunting and they're satisfied. They'll look at me like the dominant predator because, well, quite frankly, I am. Now that we got all that muscly skin off on the outside here on this side, we're just going to flip it over and get to work on the other side. Just want to take a moment here to talk about the Outdoor Edge knife. It's an all-around good knife. I've had this thing for about 10 years. I use it for my gutting, my skinning, all my prep work, all my cutting, and I even use it to cut up my steak after I cook it. It's just that good. It holds an edge. I haven't sharpened this thing the whole 10 years I've had it, even though they gave me a little sharpener here. I don't even use the thing. I mean, throw it away. It's no big deal. But anyways, just want to say the Outdoor Edge knife is a knife I prefer for the dominant predator. Alright, so now that we got all that muscly hide stuff off from the outside, we're just going to go ahead and debone this and get our prime cuts from there. Stand her up. And you just kind of feel around. Work your knife down. You feel that big bone there. And just keep running your knife along that. Grab that big old chunk of meat there. That bad boy. We don't want none of that. Alright, so we got that. Now we got another big old slab of meat on the back side here. This is our, I think it's called a round roast, sirloin, top sirloin, round, something like that. We're just going to cut that off. Get down to that big bone, feel it, and run your knife along it. Notice how fast I am. You know, it's taken me a long time to get real quick like this. But now we just got our two big slabs of meat here. This is what we'll get most of our burger from, our steaks. And there's some real prime cuts of meat in this. And this right here is, we can either turn it into a roast, cut it up into steaks, or just burger meat. So we're going to save that. We can follow that recipe. It's called a chapachula or angola. Yeah, it's called a. I'll get back to you on that one. Alright, so now that we got this all deboned here, we got to cut off our shank bone right here so we can save it for ossobuco. That's what it's called, ossobuco. So we're going to go ahead and cut that real quick. Just like that, and we got our nice chunk of ossobuco there. Ossobuco. We'll put that right in this bin. Goes along with the burger meat. And then the rest of this is just a big old chew toy for the dogs. But anyways, we got our sirloin round. Got our chuck steaks and chuck roast in here. Some burger meat. We got burger meat here, burger meat, burger meat. A little bit of something there. And so we got our bin here, and put the burger in there, and put the steaks and roast over there. I'll get back to you when I start cutting up the steaks. Alright, so now that we got all that burger meat out of the way, we got our 3 or maybe 4 prime cuts of meat. We got our round roast, top sirloin or steaks. And then we got our eye of the round, I believe. Don't quote me on that. And then we got this thing here. It's to be good for steaks. And I think this is a chuck roast. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna save this one for a roast. So this is just gonna be all whole right here. Put that guy in there. Cut off this eye of the round. That's what the internet told me. It's the eye of the round. And let's just go ahead and cut this up for burger actually. And we're going to cut these steaks. I kind of angle them back. That way eventually they just get a little bigger and bigger as I go. So, you know, people aren't going to believe it, but I'm all self-taught. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the show. And I hope you learned a little bit. You know, I've been doing this for a little while, so I figured I'd show my skills off and just maybe teach people how to do it. It's always good to do it yourself. I see people taking them into the market, and you just don't always know what you're getting back. It could be somebody else's deer, it could be a pig, could be the neighbor's cat. Who knows? So it's always good to cut up your own deer. And I hope you enjoyed the show. We'll see you next time on Eat Meat Eaters.